Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna give you an official closure and finale on the silver eyeshadow, and with that the Too Faced Enchanted Glamourland palette. So yeah, I did my palette finale, or was it the finale? I think it was. And I completely forgot I was still working on that silver shade, and I know that caused a lot of havoc. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but so many of you guys were like, what about the silver shade? What's going on? I wanted to see it. So just to give everybody closure and to do just a little recap of like the whole journey, I'm filming a video specifically for the silver shade. It's going up a little bit later than I hoped it would because of course I've been dealing with stuff. I wanted to go the Irish way and say something different than stuff, but yeah, I've mentioned that often enough, so yes. Okay, are you ready? Technically, I've already shown you this because my makeup products I wanted to use up in 2021 already went up, but anyway, here it is. The fully completed eyeshadow palette where the silver shade was still left in here, which wasn't even part of this palette originally, but this is where it was in. This is where it's died, where it went away. So it's empty. It's definitely, there's nothing left anymore. I used it up completely. It took me forever. I feel like I've been working on this palette for 3 years and a little bit, basically. I think, yeah, 3 years to use it up. But that wasn't because of all the shades that were in here, because it's a big enough palette. It's a really nice palette as well. Like, you guys have seen all the updates, but just to kind of give you a little recap of this one again. The outside is all nice and pretty. It kind of looks like a little book. It opens up and you've got like little pop-up things going on here. There was a blush in here and a Snow Bunny. So there was like a pink blush and the Snow Bunny blush. Bronzer. I think Too Faced calls it a bronzer. I used it, I feel like, more as a blush. Kind of mix everything together at a certain point as well, because it's like multiple lines of like highlighter, blush, bronzer basically. So I used both of those. So the interesting thing about, I don't know if you guys can see here on like both sides, it's starting to kind of like oxidize or rust a little bit, which wasn't there when I was still using the shades. I think just because it's been laying around, that must be where it's kind of attached on the inside or something. So yeah, things happened with this palette while it was waiting for me to officially throw it out, because I've been saving this even though there was nothing in here anymore, just because that silver shade was still hanging around in here. Anyway, there is a little thing that I can open up here, and this is what I've been showing you guys most of the time instead of like pulling this whole thing apart during the updates that I was doing on it. Completely empty palette here as well. It came with a lip gloss and a Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and it was full of like, it had like goldish neutrally shades, bronzy things, pinks, purples, greens. There was a lot of different things in here, but yeah, the worst shade for me definitely was that silver shade. It was called, I think it was this one, Ooh and Ah. And I did make some progress on it initially, but there was so many other things in here that I liked a fair bit more. I mean, I worked through multiple black shades at the same time as I worked through that silver shade. So I think in the first year of using this palette, I got through a good bit. Like, I used up most of it, but there was still like little bits of a few shades left. Little bits, not all of them little bits, but okay, there were still some shades left. I think I had like dips or pan on most of them, but that silver shade, like, it was really scary for me at first, so I didn't really gravitate towards it. Then when that basically was the only thing left in here, I think I may have repressed like 1 or 2 shades from this in this palette at a certain point. When that one was pretty much done, it was just way easier to carry this around with me, of course. I did a Franken with the silver shade and kind of a bronzy, I think it was one of my pigments actually, to see if I could make it a bit warmer. It didn't really change the shade too much, it just added more. It just made it a little bit warmer, I guess. So yeah, that's what's been going on with that shade. But right now the palette is gone and I'm happy that I do not have that silver shade anymore. Now, I'm not completely rid of the silvers just yet because, let me grab it actually. At a certain point in my life, I thought it was smart to buy this specific eyeshadow from Catrice, which, like, it looks really nice, but it's pretty big as well. And as you can see, it's a silver. This is from a limited edition collection, the Catrice Pure Chrome collection, and this one then is in, what is it? I don't know, it doesn't really tell me the name. Unless the name of this shade is Pure Chrome, but I think that was the limited edition. I think was Spectacular Art, and this was the Pure Chrome. I guess that makes sense. The Pure Chrome shade, and they were just like different because they were like metallic-y shades. I didn't really have anything like that yet, and I was hoping to get. I think they had like a goldyish and like a bronzy shade or something like that as well. But this was the only one that was left, and like back in the day, I still bought stuff because it was like a limited edition or because it was something different, and I didn't really think about like what shades you actually like. So yeah, I still got some more silver to work on. This is 2 grams of product. I'm actually curious to see the Too Faced palette. Does it say anywhere on here how much is in here? Ah, here it is. 15 eyeshadows. Yeah, so these eyeshadows in here supposedly were like 0.9 grams of product. This is 2 grams. And even though, of course, I mixed something on with that silver that I was working on, this one is then twice as big as the silver that I've already worked on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this one is going to be in my collection for a good long time. I'm not going to throw it out because like I did find ways to use that silver, and every now and then maybe I actually want to use a silver for whatever reason. Maybe if I'm going to be the Tin Man for Halloween or in the Netherlands Carnival. You don't know. I might want to just cover my whole face with this. But yeah, I still got some silver to work on. I think that's the only one that I have though, and I know I'm not going to buy any new ones in the next 30 years probably. But yeah, that is it. I'm gonna try and see if I can get like a little montage of like all the pictures that I took throughout those 3 years. Some of them are on a different hard disk at this point, so I need to try and see if I can find it all. But yeah, that's the story of the silver eyeshadow and the palette that it once belonged to. So I hope that this gave you guys some closure on that specific shade, and thank you guys very much for watching if you watched all of this, because I've just been rambling for 8 minutes about a silver shade and its palette. So yeah, thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.